Here's the second figure I got today from the horror series from ReAction Figures, Funko and Super 7 put out. It's Eric Draven, aka his real name, Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son from The Crow. I had to pick it up. Like I said, there's other figures in the line, but yeah, it was either him or Pinhead, and I chose The Crow. I had to. I really need to watch this movie again. I gotta confess, I've only seen it in bits and pieces, but it's not a bad movie. And maybe I've seen it all the way through. I can't remember. It's been a long, long time. But on the other hand, this movie has a really awesome soundtrack. It has a really, really, really great soundtrack. There's a lot of good bands on that soundtrack for this movie. And it's also one of my cousin's favorite characters, I believe. I'm not mistaken. But yeah. Once again, here's a look at some of the figures in the back. And like I said on the other video, they were totally sold out of Jason Voorhees. I'm not sure if they even got the ghost face figure in or the Sam from Trick or Treat, but they had everybody else there. So everybody else was in abundance. That was cool. And yeah, so blown away when I saw all these figures. I was like, wow, so neat. And once again, I also want to put out there that for all you fans of Nightmare Before Christmas, they had a ton of those figures too. They had the whole, I guess, series. There's a ton of them. There's a lot of them. There's a whole lot of figures in that series, and they had a bunch of those. And they had the Universal Monsters figures too, the ReAction figures of those. And those are pretty neat. They do not look anything like the Remco vintage 3 3/4 inch figures. Nothing like them. Just a little bit different. The color schemes and stuff like that. But they had one I'd never seen before, which I thought was funny. They had the Invisible Man, and he looked hilarious, and I'd love to get him. But I was on a budget, so I figured if I was going to be on a budget, I just might as well just pick up a couple figures, because these are, like I said, I got them for, well, price tags on this guy, but yeah, like $10.99. These are going for at the comic shop by my house. But without any further ado, let's open them up and check them out. Give him a fair review of Mr. Eric Draven / Brandon Lee. The Crow. Alright. Here he is in all his crowness. Looks kind of funny. He's got some almost upward looking cross eyes. Pretty funny. But the thing I like about these figures, in which I've gotten crap about for these figures, that they're so cheap looking and silly looking. It's like, they're kind of reminiscent of old Star Wars figures, and old Star Wars figures don't look exactly like, the actors or anybody who, are in the movie, like Obi-Wan. He doesn't look like Alec Guinness. He's not a direct likeness to him, And these figures are like made in the same like homage or style, And to me, that's cool, because I'm an old school figure enthusiast, and I grew up on figures this size, and so to me, it's cool. To other people, yeah, maybe not cool. But he comes with this like candelabra type thing that looks like a hardcore gothic mace, which is a pretty cool weapon. You could knock the hell out of somebody with this. A bludgeon or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I like it. Let's take a closer look at the figure, some of the detail. Not a bad sculpt. Eyes are kind of funny, but kind of reminds me of, it's got some cool boots. And kind of reminds me of when I had my wonky-eyed Lando. I mean, it was the only Lando I had, and he was wonky-eyed, but you appreciate it because you at least had one, And if we had a figure that had a wonky eye, you just dealt with it, and that was just it, It's a size comparison with Mego Spider-Man. Whoop. Our Mego Pocket Hero Spider-Man, a little bit taller in size. And whoop. Let's do a size comparison with Frankenstein. Yeah, I guess Frankenstein's a little bit taller. I would say so. But yeah, once again, I'm stoked that Funko is like putting these figures out. They're really cool, and it's an easy sell for a sucker like me, or any suckers like me. But yeah, once again, it's a review for the Crow figure, Eric Draven, aka Brandon Lee. And once again, thanks for watching, guys. More reviews always soon. Laters.